Right, children, now we are going to start a new lesson that is about the mole. So we will concern what is mole is. Mole is a concept. It's something like that. We have different counting units in our society. Just imagine the person in a petrol shed. His counting unit is liters. Think about the person in a textile shop. He is counting in meters. Think of the person in the market. They count the things in kilograms or grams. So liter is a counting unit, and grams counting unit, meters counting unit. Similarly, the counting unit in chemistry is called mole. So we concern mole is the counting unit of chemist. Mole is the counting unit of chemist. Right. So when I concern the mole, mole is very simple. It's a counting unit. People have different counting unit. In chemistry, the amount of substance we measured in moles. Sometimes we say 1 mole of sulfur, 1 mole of protons, 1 mole of cations, 1 mole of anions, 1 mole of water. Likewise, the amount of substance measured in moles. It's very simple that we all know what is kilogram is. We have the clear definition for the kilogram. That is 1 kilogram is equal to 1000 grams. So likewise, do we have the clear definition for the mole? Do we have the clear value for the mole? This much of items are equals to 1 mole. As like that we say that 1000 grams equal to 1 kilogram. We will see that, right? Now just concern, we have different counting unit. In place to place our counting unit is different. uh, Say it is sometimes we have the counting unit called pair, right? The pair is very famous counting unit among the people. Just imagine, in a coconut state there is 50,000 coconuts. How many coconuts we have? 50,000 coconuts. How many coconuts we have? 50,000 coconuts. You might have seen the workers in the coconut states. These people who are loading coconuts to the lorries, those who are loading coconuts to the lorries, these people take 2 coconuts to the hand, send to the lorry, say 1, and another 2 coconuts to the hand, send to the lorry, say 2, another 2 coconuts to the hand, send to the lorry, say 3. So like that, they count the amount of coconuts in the coconut state pair by pair. So therefore, the person is using his hands only 25,000 times when he counts 50,000 coconuts. What if the person use one by one methods to count? I mean, if he is counting one by one, so he has to use his hands 50,000 times. That is not convenience. So pair is a convenient unit in a coconut state. Why I say like that? Because counting pair by pair, it's only 25,000 times we count. Otherwise, we have to count 50,000 times. So children, you can feel that pair is easy or an appropriate or convenient unit in coconut state. So the pair we call pair is what? Pair is set of two. Set of two is called what? Pair. Now concern, we have another counting unit, dozen. You know, most of the bottles have, in the case of the bottles, most of time there are 12 bottles. Set of 12, set of 12, set of 12 is called what? Dozen. Set of 12 is called what? Dozen. If we have the 12 items of the things, we said there's dozen, 1 dozen of the things. Like that, as pair is set of 2, as dozen is set of 12, we can say mole is how much? Mole is very significant number. Mole is equal to 6.02 into 10 to the power 23 particles of items. Right? Now 2 is pair, which is a counting unit. Dozen is 12 items of the things, 12 bottles, dozen of bottles. Like that, set of 12 is called dozen, 2 is called pair, 12 is called dozen. This much, how much? 6.02 into 10 to the power 23 number of items. This number of items called 1 mole of items. For an example, 6.02 into 10 to the power 23 number of babies. If I have that much of babies, I am the father of 1 mole of babies, right? So if I have this much of marker pens, I have 1 mole of marker pen. If I have this much of electrons, I have 1 mole of electron. If I have this much of protons, I have 1 mole of protons. If I have this much of atoms, how much? 6.02 into 10 to the power 23 times of atoms. If I have, then I can say I have the 1 mole of atoms. So it's very simple. As the pair is very convenient and very easy unit to use and count, mole is also very similar. Pair is set of 2, mole is set of this much. It's only a counting unit, right? Now we'll concern how bigger this mole is. Mole is not a small number. Pair is 2, is a small number. Dozen is 12, is a small number. But more, the 6.02 into 10 to the power 23 is not that a small number. We will concern how bigger this number is with my example, right? Give me 1 minute to erase this one. Something like this, right? Just imagine children, I win a lottery. I win a lottery of 1 mole of rupees, right? So I said 1 mole of anything have, 1 mole of anything have 6.02 into 10 to the power 23 number of particles. How many particles? 6.02 into 10 to the power 23 number of particles. If I have this much of babies, I have 1 mole of babies. This much of electrons, 1 mole of electrons, right? For our convenience, I will erase these 2 decimals. Just imagine I have 1 mole of rupees. I need to have then how many rupee coins? 6.02 into 10 to the power 23. That number of rupee coins I need to have. How many? 6.02 into 10 to the power 23 rupee coins need to have if I win a lottery of 1 mole of rupees, right? Just imagine I will reduce my amount of money a little bit. I will remove this decimal number of money. So roughly I have 6 into 10 to the power 23, right? Now what I want to do is I will I think that this much of big money, that means 1 mole of rupees of money, is more than enough to me. I am going to give this money throughout the world population. I mean that I am going to give the money for each and every person in this world, right? So just imagine the world population is 6 billion. I don't know how much the world population really, but I just consider 6 billion. Billion is 10 to the power 9, right? So I concern in this world 6 billion people there. I have 1 mole of rupees. That means 6 into 10 to the power 23 rupee coins I have. I am going to divide this money among this number of people. 6 into 10 to the power 9 number of people. That means 6 billion people. So I am going to give the money to the 6 billion people in this world. Right. So then, now what the answer is? 6 divided by 6 is 1. So how much the money the one person will have? 10 to the power 14 times. So each person will have this much of money. 3, how many? 1 and how many zeros? 1 into 10 to the power 14 means 1 and how many zeros? 14 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14. This much of money each person will have if I divide 1 mole of rupee through the world population. So how much this money is? 6 zeros is million, 9 zeros is billion, 12 zeros is trillion. So each person in this world have 100 trillion money, right? million, billion, trillion. Each person have 100 trillion money if I win a lottery of 1 mole of rupees. So you can imagine that 1 mole of rupees or 1 mole of money is not there in the World Bank queue. It is such a big number. So now you need to know that it's very simple. Pair is 2 and it's small number, but it is a counting unit. Dozen is 12. It's a small number, but it is a counting unit. Mole is similarly counting unit. Only the difference is the number is big. It doesn't matter. The calculator is given, so we can work out it, right? So then now it's something like this. So how do we find the moles? So you no need to worry how to find the moles, because we are not counting one by one. For an example, whenever they ask me to give 1 mole of sulfur, if I count sulfur atoms one by one, right? How many sulfur atoms I have to count then? To equalize to 1 mole of sulfur atoms, there should be 6.02 into 10 to the power 23, that number of sulfur atoms. It's a huge number. So if I'm trying to count that, I will count my whole lifetime, but I won't be able to finish that. Is it clear? So counting one by one is not the method that we use to find the moles in chemistry. So therefore there's the equation. What is the equation? Is right, the equation mole is equal to what, children? Mass. Mass is taken in grams, right? Mole is equal mass. The mass is always taken in gram, divide by molecular mass. Molecular mass. So this is the equation for the finding the moles. You know, the molecular mass units of the molecular mass is grams per mole. So you see that. Then here, if I consider grams to grams cancel, so then mole is equal to some number here. I mean the unit, grams to grams cancel. So what remains down? MOL minus 1 remains. When it goes up, it becomes what? Mole, MOL. When mole is written as a word, we write MOLE. When the mole is written as unit, we write MOL. Right. Now I will go to one example. Right. Just something like this. You know, see, these moles have the equation. What the equation for the moles? Moles equal mass. The mass is always taken in grams. I said that. And then we take the molecular mass. Molecular mass. Right. So the molecular mass. Right. The molecular mass is given in grams per mole. Units I put in brackets like that. Okay. Now